If you went out and bought yourself a brand new television and you have a lot of gaming consoles, you might run into a problem. Some of the newer TVs only has two HDMI 2.1 inputs to support multiple consoles. On this video, I'm going to show you a solution for that, and it's called the Array BK401 ARC. I'm going to put this switcher through the test because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you get the same settings without the switcher going directly through the TV that you do get with it. So we'll go through all that on this video and I'll show you some examples. But first, let's take a closer look at it so you can see the design of it and all the inputs on the back of it. On the front of it, you're going to find some indicators that shows which input you're using. Plus, it does have an automatic setting and an eARC. And it's easy to switch through all the different inputs with a press of a button. The switcher also comes with an IR remote control, so you can switch through the inputs very easily. Also on the front, you'll find the ED-ID switch, and this is so you can make it compatible with most displays. And on the back of it, you can use input 1 for eARC to go to the soundbar, plus you have 3 additional inputs and an output that goes over to your television. In addition to that, it does have a fiber optic and a 3.5mm output, so you can run it over to analog speakers. This HDMI 2.1 switcher also supports 48 gigabytes and it's compatible up to 8K at 60 Hz and 4K at 120 Hz. And it supports multiple picture profiles and multiple gaming settings such as VRR and auto low latency. To set the switch up is very easy. All you need to do is go to the back of your TV and find an HDMI input, and it'll be labeled 120 Hz or 144 Hz on some TVs. Now for the gaming consoles, I'm going to be using an Xbox Series X, and all you need to do is just plug it into the HDMI input on the back of it. And we're going to be using a PlayStation 5 as well. Just take a HDMI 2.1 cable and go ahead and plug that in. So to give you an idea how everything is plugged in, I have the PS5 on input 1, the Xbox Series X on input 2. Then we have a Blu-ray player on input 3 and just the Apple TV on input 4, just to show you an example. The last part is over here we have the output, and we're going to take that cable from the television and go ahead and plug that in, and then we'll power it up. And this is what the setup looks like with everything plugged in and ready to go. So now we can test it out. Let's check out the Xbox Series X. If we go into TV and display options, you can see that it does support 4K, 1440p, and 1080p at 120 Hz. If we go to TV details, everything's still supported, and this is going through the selector. And then we have video modes. As you can see, auto low latency, Dolby Vision, and everything is checked off. Now let's switch over to the PS5, and I'll just go and hit the power button here so we can see what that looks like. And one thing you notice, it did switch by itself, and that's thanks to the CEC switching. But I will tell you, on some devices, it doesn't always switch over with the CEC. So now with the PS5 up, let's go into the settings, and then we'll go down to screen and video. And as you can see here, it does support everything on the PS5, and this includes variable refresh rate, HDR. 1440p is also supported through all the different frequencies, and 1080p is also available through all the different frequencies. Just for fun, let's do a little bit of gameplay.
Ready for a feeding?
So when I was gaming, it felt exactly the same as running directly to the TV. So this selector is doing a great job. Now we're going to switch over to the Apple TV, and here's the thing, when I pressed the button on the remote, the CEC did not switch to input, but luckily we have this remote right here. Now this remote control, as you can see, has the eARC button, automatic, and we can also select the different inputs. Since I have the Apple TV on input 4, I'll just go and press it, and we'll take a look at Dolby Vision as well as HDR to see if everything's going through the selector just fine. Now we're on the Apple TV and everything's working exactly the same, but I'll just load up a movie real quick, and then we'll take a look at the different picture settings and see if it triggers the Dolby Vision as well as the HDR in the TV. Now we have a movie loaded up. I'm gonna go back into the Apple TV settings, and I'll cut through some of this for you. And right now it's in SDR mode, and note here, it is supporting the Chroma 4x4x4. So we go here, we're gonna select HDR10 Plus, and you can see the indicator up here in the corner. We'll go and cancel that. And now we'll try Dolby Vision. And again, you see the indicator here in the corners. So as you can see, all the different formats are going through the selector box and allowing us to have not only the gaming settings, but it's also allowing us to have the HDR and Dolby Vision. So right now, it feels like I have everything plugged directly into the back of the television. In order to use the eARC function, you're going to have to sacrifice input 1 and run it over to a soundbar. The good news is soundbars like this does have a HDMI input, but if it doesn't support 120 hertz, you won't be able to get that through the soundbar, but you still can plug in an Apple TV or something like that. The reason you want to do this is because some people have a computer monitor or a projector that doesn't have any type of audio on it. So this can allow you to run it through the selector and then just use that external device as a display. To hook it up, all you need to do is find the eARC on your soundbar and go ahead and plug it in. And make sure you plug this into input 1 on the selector, and you can use the other inputs as needed. Now I'm going to show you an audio demo, and here's the cool thing. We're not using the eARC on the television, we're using this selector for everything. And the best thing of all is that you can use the TV speakers and the soundbar at the exact same time.
This is a Tech Steve voice audio test to see how good this TV sounds for movies. For the next few moments, sit quietly and experience the range of this TV's audio capabilities as we test the boundaries of sound. This is a Tech Steve voice audio test to see how good this TV sounds for movies. For the next few moments, sit quietly and experience the range of this TV's audio capabilities as we test the boundaries of sound.
On this video, I showed you multiple solutions that you can use this BK401 ARC for from your gaming consoles and get all the same settings. Addition to that, having that ARC output so you can run a soundbar. And this is ideal for people who just have a computer monitor and they want to get a soundbar hooked up to it, but they don't have HDMI eARC on their computer. It allows you to take external sources and be able to extract that. I think it's a great solution for a lot of people. And if you have the PS5, the PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X, and you want to get more HDMI 2.1 inputs, this is the solution. And the great thing is, it's only $70. If you guys are interested, I'll leave all the links in the description below. I'm Tech Steve. Thanks all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.